Good.
Is that recording?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you sit before it records? Hello, YouTube. It's the Skorpion with London. I am still in Chicago. Unfortunately, I'm leaving tomorrow. But I have had a wonderful time here. Friday, I got to the airport early, like around 3:20. And I met up with London. We rode the train to his house. We then, where we go? To the Taste of Chicago.
Oh, we went to the Taste. We met up with Lionel, though.
Yeah, we met up with Lionel. Wait a minute. Where did we meet? Yeah, we met up with Lionel at the Taste of Chicago.
Then we waited in these crazy lines.
Yes, it was fun. The food was good. OMG, the food was good. I still had tickets left over. My greedy ass done ordered extra tickets. Because I had all these ones, and I'm like, well, I don't need them. I mean, I'm going to need them because I might want to try a lot more food. So these are my tickets that, I tried to use today.
Well, it's only $8.
But was unsuccessful. So, I donated $8 to Chicago. It was a lot of people there. Oh, my God.
Yeah, half a million.
A 500,000 people there. And literally, y'all might think it's fake. It really was. And,
I put a picture on Twitter so they can actually go check it out.
Twitter, if you're not following London on Twitter, it's twitter.com/ISoLoveLondon, exactly how it sounds. And also check out his YouTube channel, youtube.com/ISoLoveLondon. And, the taste, if I had a favorite part of the taste, it would probably be eating the rib sandwich, because that rib sandwich was so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
but what about the Italian beef? The
Italian beef was good too.
Absolutely to die for.
I forgot what company it was, but it was good. It was so good. The people is just crazy though. Okay, this is my thing. It's going to be 500,000 people there. Find a damn babysitter. Don't bring strollers and newborn babies to events like this where it's going to be so many people.
It was ridiculous.
When you're walking, you're not looking down. It's people crisscrossing you. They need better security there. Like, I noticed there's a lot of cops.
Organization at all.
They need like guardrails, something where like you walk up the street, down the street. You can't just intertwine with each other. It was just too much going on.
Especially, and we have to talk about Manny's turkey legs.
Yes.
He's gonna have footage up later.
Yes.
We were in line and like a riot.
They was fighting over turkey legs. Someone wrote on the video that I did before I came here, saying make sure you go to Taste the Turkey Legs. We see this big ass picture of Sierra eating a damn turkey leg. This bitch sitting on there like that. And then they had Barack Obama sitting there eating turkey legs.
With Mayor Daley.
That's who he was, because I don't know y'all mayor like that. But, they was in the line fighting, like, trying to squeeze through. People like, Dad, Mom. I'm like...
They went really insane when they said it was the last batch.
Yes.
And this one girl was like,
how many batches left?
How many in that batch? How many in that batch? Like, she pretty much was like, Tiny. From
old Tiny and Toya. Let's not even talk about that.
She was like, how many in that batch? And somebody was like 20. And then
the crowd went off.
20 in that batch? I know when I get out there, you better have something again. Okay. I'm like, oh my God.
And they ain't had no more, right? So then the riot, they went off. The cops had to come back there. And then as they was going off, the fireworks was going off too. So London and I,
went to go
over to the fireworks. It was so beautiful.
And it was actually this cute couple there.
Yes.
And they were so free.
They were kissing in front of the fireworks. And it just made the YouTube video that I recorded of the fireworks
a little bit more magical.
Better. Yeah.
It was something magical about the night. We got to see our fireworks.
Yes, the fireworks were amazing. They were better than Philly fireworks. And they was going off for like a half an hour to 45 minutes.
Somewhere in there about like 45 minutes because you got tired at one point. It's like, well damn, when is it going to be over?
And then, the fireworks is over. Then the crowd was bananas. bananas.
No, insane. And I tried to get us out, and I was telling him we have to walk home. I pretty much almost lived downtown. He wasn't trying to hear it at first until he seen like those $500,000 people go. He was like, "We're walking home. I'm not getting on the train."
It was lines to get on the train outside, and it's an underground train station. So you know damn well I am not waiting in no long line just to get on the train, just to be smacked like sardines inside of a train.
It's crazy.
We walking home. It took about an hour, but within that first 15 minutes of that walk, I had to pee.
Yes! And this is another moment because we built all these memories together, but this has to be one of my favorite. So we had just left Osco's, which is a grocery store, and he was like, I gotta pee. I'm like, look, we have to walk over this bridge. We get over the bridge, and he is screaming. He's like, I gotta pee. It's at the tip. It's at the tip.
Yes,
and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, Kevin, you have to calm down.
I want you guys to imagine waking up, knowing you have to go to the bathroom, but have to wait 45 minutes.
But no, I'm like, calm down. He was like, I'm gonna pee, London. Oh Lord, I'm gonna pee. So every time I was like, fine, like dip off in a dark alley and take a piss. He got scared every time we passed the dark area.
Because I wasn't trying to get arrested.
I don't want to go to jail. But no, he wasn't trying to get arrested. He waits till we get on my block to whip it out and say, I'm going to run and pee. And I was like, Kevin, you better put that back in there. And he's like, I'm going to just run and pee. It was a fully lit street. Now, we had all these dark alleys for him to go pee. He waits to try to whip it out when it's a fully lit block. So I'm like, could you just put it back in? So he finally, it didn't sound right. But, not like that. When he zipped his stuff up and we made it to my sister's house. And of course, when he busts in there and my whole family is there. He's like, black girl. And like my nephew, sister, and he gonna piss like a gallon.
All in her toilet. And then that night we went to the club. Had a nice time at the club. I met Cash, who knew who I was. I met Rob, and I can't remember his name. Before we talk about Rob, we met, I think his name is not I Am Swag from Twitter. I can't remember his name, and I feel so horrible. He's dark skinned, got big lips, and low cut hair, and he wore dark glasses. I can't remember his name, and I know he's probably going to kill me. I'm so sorry, I forgot your name.
Is that the one that gave us the free drink ticket?
No, he was the one who was like, he texted me like where I'm at. I was like, okay, I just left the bathroom, and then I seen him standing there, and he gave us a hug and stuff, and he talked to us for a little while we danced to the music. I forgot his name. I feel so horrible, so sorry. We met him. You know how people stare at you. They get there like, bitch, I know you, but I ain't gonna speak to you. I'm not gonna give you all that. And then, like, before we about to leave, we met Rob, who was one of the co-managers of the Prop House. And he he was very, very nice. He was like, you're Skorpion, such and such. And he introduced me, told me who he was. And, he gave us these complimentary drink tickets. And the problem is, you're gonna give me a drink ticket.
And they were closing.
They were closing. And they was not giving us a complimentary drink. And I was
like, no, man.
Over it.
Oh, he was over it. But that's not even the case.
Oh.
So, we're walking out. And as we're walking out, because he's like going off, oh, what the fuck? You give me a drink ticket? And I can't even get a drink. So I'm like, oh my God. He's screaming, he's a bum! He's a bum! So we're walking out and this guy comes. He was like, oh my God, you're London. And I was like, yeah. He was like, I recognized your face. And he was trying to chop it up for a bit. And then Kevin had put his hand like on my waist. And then the guy replied, he was like, you're with her? And then he immediately thought, I guess he thought he was talking about me. So Kevin goes off. Kevin's like, do that look like a her? Do he got tits? Do he got a that? I'm sitting there like, oh my God. So he's starting to go off. So dude's like, whatever. And then he like walks off, and he's like, Kevin is still going off because once he's like mad or he's on this whole tantrum, he was pissed he didn't get his free drink, So he's looking for a reason to beat somebody's ass. He's like, you don't let nobody call you a her. So he keeps on just yelling, and he's like, that ain't a her. That shit irritates me. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, and so I finally stops him, and I'm like, Kevin, he wasn't calling me a her. He was calling you or her. He was trying to get under your skin. And I think it was one of those things where they had seen one of his early videos where he said about Beyonce. For some reason, they come after you. And that video is like, what? Like, that's old, you know? And that's still killing you for that. And then eventually, like, he blew up even more. He was like, oh, Lord, you know? So, I mean, that's another
This is my thing. If I'm not comfortable with you, or if I'm not friends with you, you can't not call me a girl, because that is very, very disrespectful to me. It's just like if your family call you by your nickname and somebody else walks up to you and call you by your nickname, like, bitch, do I know you? No, don't ever address me as that. You address me by my first name, the name that you know me by. And, you know, I just blew up because I thought he called London a girl, but then he starting to skip, but he called me a girl, and I don't play that. So I had to go off, you know. Then I come home. Please don't tell them about that.
Oh
story.
my God!
Don't tell them. No,
about that.
No, don't tell.
No. Okay, so I found. Okay, we meet up. Lanelle shows up too, and Lanelle, you know, he might have
me down.
Yeah, he calms them down because I'm like, we just need to get home. So we get a cab. We're in a cab right home. He's hungry, but I'm just like, I'm sleepy, I'm tired. I had to work the next day.
He acted like we was going to a diner to get something to eat, and we wasn't. I get out the car like, bitch, this look like your complex.
And we go in the apartment. So we go home, you know, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And so we're talking, and he hops on a computer, hops on Twitter. And I'm like, you're addicted. I just need to go to bed, whatever. So I'm in a bedroom, and he's here asleep. So at 5 in the morning, I hear my fire alarm going off. Beep, 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 beep. I'm kind of hoarse. And I'm like, okay. So I wake up. All this smoke is rushing in my bedroom, like whoosh. Like picture the ceiling, like whoosh, like all this white smoke. Now I'm still half inebriated. So I'm thinking maybe I'm dreaming, or maybe I'm not. But I'm like, if I'm dreaming, I could just put out the fire. I don't even have a fire extinguisher. But I was like, okay, let me just go put out the fire. So as I'm walking towards the living room, I look at the kitchen. All this smoke is flying out my kitchen. And I'm like, okay, that's where the fire is at. I go to the kitchen, and when I'm in the kitchen, all I see on the stove is 3 hot dogs in a pot just jumping up going pss, pss, because all the water had boiled out. And the hot dogs are frying in the pot going pss, pss, and a fire is blasting under the pot. And I'm like, oh my God, these black hot dogs are like, the pot is juggling these black hot dogs. It's like pss, pss. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to the stove, I turn off the fire, move the pot over, and I go fan my alarm. I walk back in the living room. Kevin is on the floor, knocked out. Like, he was knocked out on the floor like they did in their movie, Why Did I Ever Get Married? When Jill Scott was like, he's a bum! And she knocked the hell out of dude. He was on the floor like this. And I'm like, Kevin. Okay, so I couldn't wake him up. I go back to bed. And about an hour later, he comes in a bedroom, and he's like, why you leave me out there on that floor? And I just looked at him like, bad girl, fly girl. And I turned over. And the next morning, he was like asleep with his gym shoes on. Like I wrote up, he was like next to me, you had on your gym shoes, you had on everything. You know, I didn't even think he had an iPod in the damn ear.
No, I didn't.
And then I had to go to work all hungover. I was like, oh my God.
And I missed Serena and Venus Williams' match.
I tried to wake him up.
He ain't trying to wake my ass up.
I did.
Serena won. Congratulations to my girl. She won just as I predicted. All Saturday, I went on Block TV with you guys, and I was on. I was really hungry because I didn't eat since the taste. And I came downstairs. Well, I talked to London, and he told me to go downstairs where his sister lived. She also lives in the same complex. Mm-hmm. And I went over there, had a nice time with her family, with his family. And I was eating. It was some good food. And, you know, I really like London's family. They're really, really nice.
They love him.
They're really, really nice. And, you know, I spent a couple hours down there. We came upstairs, had a drink. Came back on Blog TV. Goes to the club. I wanted to go to Club Circuit because they were open until 5. I did not want to go to Reunion because they closed at 3. Being from Philly, our clubs closed at 2, so just extra hour is not going to do it for me. We did decide that we were going to go to both clubs, but London took too long doing this fucking hair. You know, it took forever.
You have to be right, and
So-
you're on Blog TV.
Yeah, so we ended up going to Circuit, gets in a long line. We wait for about 35 minutes. We get in the place. No, mind you, before we get in the place,
I wanted to
people
jump
were calling
the line.
him Michael Jackson. Let's talk
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
oh yeah.
People
I had
call
on
him
the
Michael
sequence
Jackson.
jacket, and if you're on Blog TV, you seen what I wore. And this one girl was like, Michael. Now I'm well, I guess I am confrontational. So I'm like, bitch, you want to say some shit? You know, say it to my face. So I go to her face, and then she tried to make it like it was a compliment. She was like, I was just saying, you look good. You're like, you look good. You look like Mike. You know, it's like a tribute to Michael. And I was like, yeah, bitch. And then she gave me, then she hugged me. You know, and that's one thing I hate.
And I'm thinking
you know?
he fucking knows her, mind you.
No, this is one thing I hate. When people talk shit, you know, they think they're going to be funny with their friends, but then when the right person comes up to you, because I'm that person, you say some shit, I'm going to come to your face, and I'm cool and I'm chilling, I'm laid back, but say it to my face. But don't bitch up when I approach you on some stuff that you started. And like, I was trying to behave because I was with Kevin, and he is just the most chill person ever, unless he's drunk, and you just hit that note with him. Then he want to go off. And then I'm like, oh my God, calm down. But he tried to act like, oh, it's not that big a deal. You know, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna be cool and laid back. But yeah, I just hate when, you know, people out there, they try to push your button, and then when you step to them, they bitch up and try to fall back. But yeah, people was tried to call me Michael Jackson. And I was gonna jump the line. I was gonna jump the line.
It was no line jumping. We couldn't pay to get in, and London is draining me in line. Do you know who I am? I'm London. I don't wait in lines. I'm like, this bitch don't shut the fuck up. Then the bitch behind us, the two girls behind us, talking about London, and I'm ready to go off.
Oh my.
And I'm like, child, I am so sober. I was too sober, and I was mad. I was mad because my drink had wore off. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened either.
We get in the club. It took me a while to get to the bathroom. There's a long line. Everybody is moving side to side.
The club was like this. We were literally like this.
Trying to get through. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
And then I get my drink after, you know, waiting forever because this one bartender, he's the fucking worst. I get my drink.
And I hop on the speaker box.
London hops on the speaker
And
box.
I was doing my thing.
3
on the
minutes
speaker
later,
box.
they fucking closed the club. So we was literally in the club for about 20 minutes before they shut the shit down.
$1 a minute.
Yes.
$1 a minute.
And I want my fucking $20 back.
Well, I got the dance because I hopped on the speaker box and I did what? A shimmy and a shake. And
I couldn't even feel it. Like,
you wasn't feeling it. I just gave him my
Saturday
jacket.
night was not the best night.
No, I gave him my jacket and he looked at me. He was like, I knew you were gonna take that jacket off. And he was just sitting there.
God, I knew he was gonna be hot in that fucking jacket. Like, bitch, better take that shit off.
I did not know the club was gonna be popping like that. You know, it was just crowded. Like, and we had 3 clubs going on last night. We had the Congress Theater, Reunion, and Circuit. So it surprises me that.
If you're still watching the video, we're in Chicago, by the way. We're in the set of ISOLove London, Twitter.com/ISOLove London, YouTube.com/ISOLove London. And I'm so glad that you're still watching, hopefully.
I'm gonna be like, bitch, you making these 30-minute videos? The fuck?
What else I had to say?
Today
we went to IHOP. Afterwards, and we met Lionel. We recorded a video with Lionel. That's youtube.com/ChocoMill911. I'll have all the links on the side. You can click them and stuff. He did an interview with us. We get in the cab. We go home. We lay down. We go to sleep.
And we
just could not get out of bed.
But that's like my favorite. Like when you just lay there. And I did try to wake him up. Well, I was still kind of.
I was like, London, come on.
No, he was not.
And then he wouldn't. Then he would try to get me to get out the bed. We just couldn't get out the bed.
And he said, "This bed so comfortable."
Yes. And mind you, know, well, a lot of y'all don't know, but I just can't go to bed in silence.
Oh no.
There has to be a TV
so we're getting to
on.
bed last night, and he was like, "Where's the TV?" I don't have a TV in my bedroom because I just don't need to be stimulated like that when I'm going to bed. I like peace and quiet, and my room is pretty, chill. Maybe we should do a video of it. And he gets in, he was like, no TV, I'm used to having a TV blasting or something. So he started to watch Why Did I Get Married? Which seems to be the movie of the weekend.
Okay.
Is that a sign?
I don't want to get married. I don't want him to be mad. I don't want to get married. I've never, ever thought about getting married.
Well, I want to get married because I believe if my sister and my brother have that right, I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I'm not saying there's no such thing as a gay marriage or gay people shouldn't get married, but I just don't want to get married. I'm not ready for marriage. I've never been in love, so, you know.
It might change.
Yeah, it might. But right now is not the time to get married.
You know what? Marriage to me means something more than, you know. To me, I don't know. It's just something special. Like if I had this right given, I don't know if I'd be so gung ho for it. But I'm getting married. You better believe it.
Stop it. He's gonna make me laugh on this fucking camera. But today, we couldn't get out the bed. We finally get out the bed. We go to the Sears Tower. You're all gonna see this on the video.
I conquered my fear.
Yes, we paid to jump the line at the Tower Theater. Not Tower Theater. The Sears Tower. Well, I keep thinking of the Tower Theater. The Sears Tower. And we get to the top, you know, London is scared. Yeah. And if it wasn't for that video, I don't think that London would have been able to made it up there because the video calms you down.
It does.
Only thing it does, your ear does is pop.
It pops. I mean, we're 103 stories up.
Yes. And we get up there, we take pictures, record videos, and then they have this glass balcony that sticks out called the Sky Deck. And you see the glass below, you can see the city. You could go further out if you want to. But
I have this perfect picture
part
of Kevin in my hands. And it's like this. We're both touching it. Like
the glass.
And you see it like, hold your hand up. You see it like this way.
Oh, yeah.
You see the picture is something like this. It is so high. I think I'm going to make it my background.
And it was scary, okay? I couldn't really do it. And then I started to break out into a sweat because I got nervous.
I sat down.
And I'm like, if this old lady can fuck, I could do it.
Oh, what about the old lady that was going to have a heart attack? She was on the floor like this?
Yes, she was laying on the floor. Like, girl, nobody told you to. Yes.
Somebody forced you to get down there. Okay. She's like, oh, look, why am I doing this? Lord. I'm like, girl.
So then we decide to walk to the tower. No, then we decide after we left, we bought the picture that we took when we got there. I love the pictures.
Oh my God, we should
They're
show
so
them
nice.
the picture.
You want to go get it?
I'm going to get the picture.
By the way, again, if you're not following London on Twitter, twitter.com/ISOLoveLondon and youtube.com/ISOLoveLondon. Please subscribe to his YouTube channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/Skorpion Show.
Okay.
These are the first
these are hold on. So those are the ones we took in the quick booth. And this is the picture we took at the Sears Tower. Isn't that cute?
I love that picture.
That picture is hot. And then we have one with the different backgrounds, which is kind of cool.
I'm gonna get those done. I'll be blowing up and stuff. So
cute. So today was a really fun day.
Yes, it was. And we might get on Blog TV tonight.
Yeah, I think we should.
I don't know what club we're going to, but
you know what? We just might do Boys Town, be low key because I don't know.
Oh, it's the last night.
And it's always sad because even when we were in Miami, our last night we didn't go out.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were in Miami, it was more so just chill. We ordered pizza and we just kicking it with our friends, you know. Shout out to Simba, Tron, Be Heard, Watu, Nunu. Is
that everyone? That was everyone?
And everybody that was in
I was about to tell you, but
room.
you're right here.
I know.
But who? Brandon,
shout out to Brandon. Brandon Boo.
That's it, because you know, some people might be watching. But I think he knows about that escapade.
Okay.
That's it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this trip has also helped me stop watching CNN and learn other developments about Michael Jackson and stuff.
Which we're both
Yes,
kind of still
the tribute is this Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 12 o'clock your time, and 10 a.m. for the people that's over on the West Coast. That's how we're going to end this video. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to London's YouTube channel. Please go over there, youtube.com/ISLoveLondon. Subscribe. Follow him on Twitter. I keep saying that, twitter.com/ISLoveLondon.
They
Follow
like
me.